can you tell us what you know, the physical location, the budgetary allocation, and the status of implementation and its payment status?
The box culvert is in Kiliboni Ward, close to Kiliboni Tea Factory and the quarry. And the bridge was done under emergency because of the initial one that was being utilized due to there was structural failure, and hence we constructed the bridge under emergency because it is the role also as government to support the investors. It is a strategic point that will assist the farmers who are transporting both tea to the factory, and also the utility of the quarry, because it's also a source of, it's a strategic location also for source of revenue for our county.
So what was the budgetary allocation? And you've said that it was done under emergency.
Yes. I'm trying to...
Chair, let him specify also the financial year under which that emergency was executed.
It was 22-23. I'm trying to locate a document here so that I can give the real figures on the budgetary allocation.
Chair, and as he suggests for the information, let him provide to this House the revenue collected in that quarry and evidence to that effect.
That is financially covered.
Maybe the CEO can come up.
Chair.
Yes.
Although I wanted confirmation because I know any job, though even if it is contracted under emergency, Chair, I'm worried because the figure is over 5 million. And according to the procurement laws, Chair, anything 5 million, it is open tender. And it can be cassetted or even using the website of Nandi County.
So the Chief Officer, can you respond to that?
Okay, I remember, I think that is one of the first projects I revisited when I came to the department. When I went there, there was some very good work that was done. And I found out from the officers that were there, and they told me it was an emergency. We had an allocation of 5 million that was for emergency. And then that bridge, that box culvert, I think it costed around 4 point something. That's why it was not given under open tender, as he said, but it was, maybe it was given under RFQs. Otherwise, I visited, I saw the project when it was at the final stages of completion. And it has been paid. Yes.
So,
but the other side, I also asked some things. That road's like it was new. So the county machines were used for dosing this side, approaching that box culvert. Even the other hand, towards Moi University. The dosing was done by the county. Otherwise, when you see, actually that project is supposed to cost more than that. But when I asked...
Do we have, Bonasio, do we have documents to that effect?
Yes, I will provide for you.
So I direct that you will give us the same.
I will provide for you.
Who was the contractor?
Yeah, that's what I want to ask. Can
Can't remember the name. We'll provide the documents. You will-
Everything up to CR12, you'll have to check them.
Thank you.
Yes, maybe we let us allow them to provide those documents.
As they provide, Chair,
Yes.
I was one of the members who had an opportunity to visit to the site, and I want this to be on record there, because one, we looked at the receipts at the Way Bridge. And CEC has just mentioned that we collect revenue. There is no any revenue we collect from that quarry. Two, and Chair, I want you to put that we need to ask more questions on this. There was, I don't want to mention the name, the management, one of the management of the quarry said the owner of the quarry is the one who worked on that bridge, that there was no any input from county government of Nandi. So this was an allegation from one of the management from the quarry. And Chair, I would ask that we need to do further interrogation and get the right information as pertaining this breach.
Waziri?
Chair, we will provide the document for the bridge, but on that information, anyone can provide any information. And that is why I did a letter to the management to confirm, because some of the allegations that we might be raising might not be true. And the honorable member for Kapchorwa said, I said it is a strategic area, because part of areas that we need to increase revenue is you look at the potential areas for purposes of collection of revenue. And that is why I didn't say, but I said it is a strategic
Chair,
area.
as he sits on the
Yes, Honorable
the SEC,
Bit.
the SEC, for how long has that quarry been in operation? And is there any action that, as a CEC, member of the SEC, have you taken any action to ensure there is revenue raised from that particular investment?
There are critical areas, and those proposals that we have given out, because there are even issues of quantities, which issues of materials being ferried from the quarry, that it should meet certain criteria. So it is part of the issues that we have, because as the CEC, I provide the infrastructure. The finance will collect the revenue. And for a case, Chair, if today we work on, for example, and allow me to deviate a little, if we have to design some of the roads within Kapsabet, it is for us to provide the physical space. The finance will map it, or will actually collect the revenue from the infrastructure that we have laid. So mine is to facilitate.
Chair, now that I'm one of those people that visited that place, what actually prompted us to ask more on that bridge or Waziri is that the work was done so nicely in with a chip, because you cannot compare Koros bridge. Now we have the same that it was supposed to be done the same. We have even allocated up to 7.5, and still the same bridge which connects Chemundu and Kosirai has never been done, and it is 7.5. Now tell us, if the other one was done with less than 4 million, and there's such nice work, which I will ask the Chair to project that bridge, then we quantify. Then now you justify why Koros was not done.
Okay.
7.5.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
I think before you proceed, Waziri, let us have the ICT team to project that bridge, the box culvert.
Chair,
Yes, Madam.
while they are projecting, I also confirm I was one of those who visited that bridge. It was so nice, wonderful. That's why we had queries, because we thought county cannot do such a project. to that level. So we confirm it is done, complete and operational. We only wanted to know, is it for the county or for the owner of the quarry? Thank you.
So Honorable Chairman, can they then confirm maybe all the witnesses, starting from the CEC, is that a project of the county?
It's a project for the county.
Yes, it's a project of the county.
Yes, it is. Was it advertised?
It was done under emergency through RFQs.
So was it advertised?
It is through RFQs, and we will provide all the necessary procurement papers that actually inform.
Now that you are very clear, which company did it?
Company, because what I can remember is the project itself. I can't remember.
And the amount?
It is around 4.8. It will
amount. You are an engineer.
That is what I'm saying. It's around 4.8 million.
Member, please allow the CC to proceed.
It's around 4.8, and once we will provide, because also we need to be, because I'm on oath. Once I give some figures that will contradict what is in the document, you will pin me from that document. It is around 4.8 million. It is below 5 million, please.
Now, Honorable Chairman, so may I ask further, this budget, was it under the emergency budget or it was under the roads budget?
Under emergency fund. By then, the emergency was under the Department of Roads. But currently, we have pulled all the emergency funds to one account.
So can you look at the narration under that 5 million? Does it say countywide?
Chair,
I'm asking you, do you know the narration for you put emergency and then there is a narration? What does it say?
It is emergency bridges and culverts. It was emergency bridges under the vote.
So it says emergency, but what was the narrative?
The narrative.
Just read the narrative under that budget. So that we don't take too long, I put it to you that it reads countywide.
As he prepares to answer us, if this was an emergency funding, has he ever reported to this House on the spending as required by the PFM Act, 60 days after?
Have you reported, Waziri?
We did through the reports, the normal status report that are normally submitted.
So you Honorable Chairman, so this witness is actually saying that there was a time the emergency fund for the county was domiciled under the roads. Is that your position?
An emergency can occur anywhere.
I'm just asking. You
Yes.
said emergency was under roads.
It was
at that time.
The vote, the budget itself, and when the issue of, in fact, for all the departments, we were advised by finance that the aspect of emergency, and that is why.
Okay, let me ask before you proceed. So you were advised. Who was advising who? Just put the people who are advising.
I said, Mheshimiwa, through the chair, during this financial year, that is financial year 23-24, we were advised.
22-23, I think that's when.
No, I'm just thinking about the advice, where the finance advised us. It was in the financial year 23-24.
But since this was in 22-23, had you been advised?
We normally procure services under the emergency in a normal procurement way. And that is why it prompted us to actually, because of the nature and the danger that were existing, we allocate that fund. And it was towards the close of financial year.
So that we can close this one, Chairman, would I be right in thinking that you had budgeted emergency for the entire county, but decided to take it to one place?
An emergency can occur anywhere, Mheshimiwa. It can occur anywhere, and the magnitude of an emergency cannot be quantified at a level of 5 million. Some emergencies even can go beyond. Just like what happened in Elgeyo Marakwet, you can, during the landslide, some emergencies can go beyond 100 million. It doesn't mean that.
Waziri, you know, the issue that is being raised by the honorable member, in the budget it is indicated 5 million, countywide. So the member is asking, you took the whole 5 million to one project.
Because when the BQs were developed for the project, it necessitated us to utilize the amount.
So you use the same amount in?
For this?
Now, Waziri, I want to request the ICT department, as we interrogate that issue, there was another box culvert in Mosop, 2 of them. Can the ICT department project the box culvert?
Chair, and again, so that when you will give chance to Waziri to answer, I remember there is even one which it was done, box culvert, for around 900 meters that they demand, and it was done under emergency. And even up to today, Chair, the contractor has not been paying. So I'm wondering why could it pay a box culvert of 5 point something, while the other one, it was less than 800. In fact, we went, I remember it was circulated in social media, and I thank the CEO and the rest. When he received that one, it was assigned in Amai.
Okay, honorable members, I want the box culvert at Mosop.
I think it is Bukwongen Bridge in Chepter Ward.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
So that we can make some comparisons and we combine as one item. Now, that is the box culvert. Waziri, what can you say about that box culvert in comparison with the other one?
What I can ascertain in terms of, from the picture, in terms of concrete mix, I can say the concrete mix is okay. And because normally what informs the structure is normally the cubic that is normally carried. It informs the quality. That is why if you zoom it closer, you just see at the edges. You can see that at the edge, it shows that the concrete mix was okay. And what needed to be done is the aspect of stone pitching at the edge.
Why was it not done, Waziri?
By then, and there is this aspect.
When was that box culvert done, Waziri?
Let me check. I cannot let me confirm the financial year. It is the item also that this is the bridge that we tried to locate in one of the budget lines, but I think it is good if you mention the financial year because it might be a
Now, Waziri, when you are giving out tenders on box culvert,
these are projects, Chair, that might have been done before I came into office because I have visited all the box culvert that were done. This might be a project that was done before I came into office, or it was a project that was ongoing. I want to ascertain that for the project, for the bridge, I have been to Chepterua severally, but I have never passed through the book. Maybe it was in another financial year. Is it possible if I can be furnished with the information of the financial year? Because
Chair, I think for clarity, I will welcome the Honorable Member to relay to share.
That is why, Honorable Chair, I'm calling upon the ICT to I don't know which. Mine is Bukwangeni, it is a bridge. Mine is a bridge, not a box culvert.
Maybe, Chair, we can also, we had visited that one. That was a bridge, that one from, that one, yeah. No, that is not Jeptuingen. There is another one in Lesos ward, Jeptuingen. We can also still compare with it.
I think it is that one, Honorable Bitok,
Yeah.
that is being projected, that one. That one is not a box culvert.
Yeah,
This one was a single line culvert. So was it
one? This was.
I think it is Jeptuingen, the other one. The other one you are projecting.
Through the chair, I think this one is Jeptuingen in Lesos ward.
Yes.
In fact, I am one who visited that. In a place called Kamogaria, if I'm not wrong. Isn't it? Yeah.
Bwana Sio, what can you say about the single culvert?
I think for the Jeptuingen culvert, it's an ongoing work. It's not yet completed.
When was it contracted?
It was contracted. It is last year.
So, Bwana Sio, can you project the same? Will it be true that a single line culvert is taking the department 1 year to fix it?
You know, Chair, once you've contracted these works and these people just delay like this, at times it's not our wish. But anyway, I think it's not yet completed anyway. It's like the other one for.
But now, do you stick to the Bwana Sio, do you stick to the Procurement Act in executing these projects? Do you really stick? Because if a single line is taking a whole department 1 year and it is not yet complete, and in the Procurement Act we have provision on implementation of projects. So surely. What is the status of payment? And finally, before even we go to the status of payment, is there value for money?
Yeah, finally, after completion, there will be value for money.
And for now?
For now, no.
There is no value for money?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is he conversant with Public Procurement Act and disposal of number 33 of 2015, section 44, 1, 2, 3 to F? Are you aware of it?
Thank you, Honorable Member Kapchorwa. I'm aware, lightly, otherwise I have a procurement officer and I have an accountant. I have for issues of accounts, I have an accountant. Issues of procurement, I have a procurement
Honorable
officer.
Chairman,
Issues of
the witness is talking about having these officers, yet earlier on in his own testimony or in their own testimony, they said they do not have. Can they clarify?
It, as at now, you know, with the previous exercise, it affected us mostly, almost 99%.
So, Bwana, do you agree with me that there is an element of laxity in your department in execution of these projects?
That one I can accept.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Chair, as you conclude, are you aware? You've said you know Section 44 Procurement Act. Do you know the repercussion of not complying with it?
I'll furnish you later, Honorable Member.
You know, Bwana, you are the accounting officer of the department. And these issues should be on your fingertips. Because public money, you are the one authorizing the use of public money. Right or wrong?
Yes.
So, I want to bring back the issue raised by Honorable Keter in BET. Will I be wrong to say you are not conversant with the Procurement Act?
I'm conversant, but not 100%.
So now, if you are conversant, can you give us the details of Section 44 of the Procurement Act?
That's why I've told you I'll provide you, Honorable Chair.
If I just want to remind you through the chair that the responsibility that has been bestowed on you by the Constitution and the powers that you've been given by the Constitution in execution of your mandate should always remind you that when executing your mandate in any project is not equivalent to doing your own private projects. There must be accountability.
Yeah.
There must be transparency and compliance to Section 44. A, B, C, E, and F. Whereas there's no compliance of the same, it means you've violated the Procurement Act. And you should be held liable for not complying. And you took an oath to protect the Constitution. CEO, Bwana CEO, and this is a very serious issue. I see you laughing and saying that you are going to supply me with Procurement Act. Do you want to supply those Procurement Act to me to do what with it?
Honorable Chair, maybe it's only
I think so that we do away with that item, Bwana CEO, will you agree with me that there is a violation of the Procurement Act, not by you, but by the department?
That there is no violation, Honorable Chairman.
And what does the Procurement Act stipulates on the management of projects? When you see such kind of projects that are being projected, what does it stipulate? From the inception to its completion, what does it?
Honorable Chair, maybe it was not part of the concerns that we had been asked for. I wish you give me time. I just find out exactly when the contract was
CEO,
awarded
you
for
know,
the same.
in your operation, the PFM Act and the Procurement Act are the principal laws that are actually guiding your operations. So, and it actually, it clearly stipulates on each and every aspect of the projects. So, will I be wrong to say that there is an oversight during project implementation on the two laws. Will I be wrong to say that?
There is no oversight, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Chair, I request that another one be projected also, so that they can. Are you aware of that? That project, Honorable Bana CEO. CC. Are you aware?
I am aware, Chair. The challenge that at times we encounter when a contractor assumes sites and disappears, it becomes a challenge. And part of this also is the issues that maybe we should, currently we are trying to address, because when contractors, the Nandi contractors normally have a WhatsApp group, and they always discuss issues. At times when they know that a project will get maybe delay in terms of payment. That is why you find that some of the projects.
And Waziri,
yes.
Waziri, are you in that WhatsApp group of the Nandi contractors?
I was initially, but I was removed.
Now, I want to ask you a question, Waziri. And concerning that project, you said that you face challenges. Contractors take up award letters, they visit sites, and then they disappear. Yes. Now, you have the principal law, the two laws, the PFM Act and the Procurement Act. And it stipulates clearly on the management, especially the Procurement Act. It stipulates clearly on actions to be taken when it comes to implementation of projects. So Waziri, does the Procurement Act, it does not apply to this one?
Chair.
Does it apply
Chair.
to such kind of projects?
It does apply, and
applies, Waziri. So you are in agreement with me that there is an oversight on the laws that guide the implementation of projects. Not by you, Waziri, but by the department.
But even him, Honorable Chair, maybe...
No, Honorable Member, please. Not by you, Waziri, but by the department.
The procurement laws apply to all the projects that has been tendered. But when we have issues of, at times, non-responsive, non-compliance, and in fact, we have discussed this issue with Honorable Member for Lesos.
Honorable Chairman.
Yes.
Maybe could the CEC just indicate what action he has done since the time this person came there, did a trench across a road, and left it like that up to now? What do you, even as you answer, what would you say to the people of Lesotho now who are watching you? And you did that to them for the last 7 months. They cannot move their things. What would you say? What have you done first? And what are you telling them? Can you look them in the eye and say something to them now that they pay you and they provide you for your car and everything?
Also, there is the aspect of accessibility to the place. We wanted to, because...
Is you accessing now? Or the contractor?
Honorable Chair, this is an aspect that we discussed with Mheshimiwa, and I don't want to disclose some other content, but it is an item that we have discussed.
Waziri,
trying to come up with
disclosure of information.
Yes.
Is under Chapter 201 of the Constitution, Article 201. So when you say you don't want to disclose, it means you are violating the same constitution.
I am talking about the content of the discussion. Which
Now,
is not
Waziri,
necessary.
when you talk of accessibility, what actually necessitated that we have a certain culvert at such a place? You went ahead to give the contract. Then now you are coming back to talk of accessibility.
At some point, what we wanted to do, Chair, is maybe backfill it and maybe.
Is there any construction of a culvert there to be backfilled?
No, it is just the trench itself. I'm talking about the trench because.
And why was it dark in the first place? Why was the trench dark in the first place? Then now you want to backfill.
Initially, the contractor wanted to assume site. And as per the Procurement Act, once a contractor assumes site, it is either by depositing materials, doing excavation. But I want to promise. So
that we close that issue on the same trench, Waziri. It seems you are not getting the correct assistance from your juniors.
Let me sort it out with this.
No. Answer the question. To me, I'm seeing a situation whereby you are not getting the right assistance from your juniors.
Say that, Chair, but let me pick this issue personally and ensure that within the shortest period of time, the people of Lesotho gets the service that they require in that section.
Okay, let us move to the next.
Chair, to avoid comments such as what Waziri is giving, I think we are here to investigate. So whether he is going to serve the people of Lesotho better now or elsewhere is immaterial, really, because we need what we are asking to conclude our investigation.
And that is why I've ruled that let us move to the next item. We have the Koros bridge that has become another issue. Can we please, Waziri, what do you know about this bridge?
Koros is a bridge that we initially allocated some money, but it was slashed during the budget making process because.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. Chair, I cannot allow CC to lie. I'm seated in that budget committee. So if you say it was slashed, and I can show you, just write all the documents showing that the voted it is there. Can you withdraw and apologize? I sit in that committee of budget. Who's last? And I have the documents with me for accuracy of facts.
Initially, we had allocated 7 million, sir. But the budget reduced to 6 million. That is why we had a challenge on issues of, because where the bridge is located, we need to have a lot of soil stabilization because it is in a swampy place. And that is why when doing such structure, you need to do it during the dry period because of the level of water. Secondly, it is located in a swampy place. And in a swampy place, when doing a structural, when doing a structure, a box culvert of that magnitude, you need to do, that is ground stabilization before, that is the base for the box culvert. And then now you work on the structure. And we awarded the contract, but the contractor failed to proceed with the project.
Okay.
Chair,
Yeah, okay.
Chair,
Yes.
on that note, I have two concerns. One, the budget, it has to be corrected first. It was not 6 million as alleged by the CC. It seems it is not conversant with that breach. And I'll ask the ICT team to project. And in that case, I would want to know, our CC, we are lucky to have an engineer. Do you make the BQ first and then you allocate, or you allocate and then you make the BQ? Which one comes first?
In our scenario, Chair, and that is why, even in this financial year, the budget already has been approved by this Honorable House. Our technical people are on the field developing the BQs to mean that we have the superintendents. We have only 5 superintendents who are doing, and that is continuously they have been undertaking what we call ARICs. And once we get the ARICs, it will now inform us on preparation of a standard BQ.
Okay, through the chair, Waziri, the same bridge, initially it was 7.5 million. It was not tendered. It dropped to 7 million. It was not tendered. When it dropped to 6.5 is the time when it was tendered now, when it has dropped up to 6.5. And I think that even whoever bidded the tender never visited the site. You only awarded the tender in papers, but the contractor never visited the site.
And we have the ICT team projecting the Koros.
Maybe Honorable Chair, also as an addition, could the team share with us which procurement method did they use?
Where exactly is this?
This was an open tender. This was an open tender, sir. It was an open tender.
And they have evidence to the same effect?
We tendered Kapkurio, the project that was under open tender, and Koros.
Chair, I think there is a contradicting statement with that one. When the resident made a lot of noise, I think I remember the Honorable Sarah and I being called several times that I have seen some people going there and there is no activities going. Quickly enough, when we tried to find out who were they, there was a lady who alleged that he has come from far and he didn't know what was tendered there, and therefore he has decided to abandon. So in that case, Chair, for a CC to say that the very, very person who won the tender knew, I don't know whether because we found someone who alleged that is from the county government as one of the road inspectors there, and the lady said this work cannot be measured with the amount that I bidded. That one confirms to us that the company was for someone else and the works belonging to someone else. And since then, he didn't even bother to come back to collect his own stones. And another thing, Chair, I wanted you to consider is that there are always mechanisms. When the first contractor fails, the department had another chance of picking the second lowest evaluated bidder, nor cancelling the tender after a period of, because this one it was around 120 days or 90 days. So since then, Chair, people of the same village are on our neck because we have allocated resources and the resources has never been utilized.
Okay, Waziri, this, according to our document, the issue before us that is being projected, it has taken the department 2 years to implement. Now, it takes us to the same laws that govern the execution of projects. What do you have to say?
Chair, at times we have challenges. That is why when you say it is 2 years, the period that you have stated, because I can say that, one, contractors are human beings. Contractors discuss some of the issues.
Honorable Chair, is the witness speaking for contractors?
No, I'm not speaking on behalf of contractors, but at times I've interacted with them.
Okay, maybe Waziri, to be specific, what is the real problem that is causing these projects to be...
For this one, let me mention about this one.
Yes.
The contract was awarded at around February. And with the follow-up of the honorable member, because he also wanted service for the people, we tried our best by even making phone calls, reminders to the contractor. And he assumed side because we have those materials. When the contract period almost came to an end, the contractor requested for extension, which it was at the period of between April and May. The next thing that I heard of the contractor, the number was no longer going through. I don't know if the contractor blocked me because of persistent calls.
Honorable Chair.
And since then,
Honorable
when
Chair.
we wanted to retender some of these works, allow me to complete.
Let us
It
allow.
was towards the end of financial year, and that element is not reserved. The amount, and in fact we discussed with, I informed the whip that if this money is not reserved, it will disappear. Because we are working on an e-procurement through IFMIS. And
Honorable Chair, I think it's important that we interject a little bit.
Yes.
First of all, remember there is an history to this Koros. The first report we got from this department indicated that it was complete and operational. And I think the CEO was on oath, and he said he signed quickly. Later on, they said, no, we were wrong. It was actually not complete. We are in the tendering stage. So there is an issue there which requires clarification. Secondly, there are those materials which begins to raise a question whether monies have been spent. And then thirdly, we are now seeing the issue of money disappearing. This CEC has now started again talking about money disappearing. Maybe if he could explain to us, according to his knowledge, how do you withdraw money from the CRF account? What are the supporting documents for withdrawing money from the CRF account? And if this assembly has appropriated money, does the executive have the authority to spend it on any other budget line?
Chair,
Chair,
in conjunction so that the Waziri can answer everything is that what even sounded so funny, Chair, the first year when the budgetary allocation was done, remember Koros, it is in Jemundu Kamngetuny. Now, when I keep on calling, following up, the next year it was changed that the voted it is in Kosirai, which is okay. We agree with the honorable member from Kosirai, from the documents that it was told that let it, what we are interested is that let the work be done. So that is what raises our eyebrow, that why is it keeps on changing, the money keeps on dropping, at the same time the name has been changed because it should be Kiptoros in Jemundu. Then it goes to Kosirai, which we say it's okay. Kosirai is still part of, because we share. That is in borderline. So that is what raises. So when the Waziri says that the money disappeared, I sit in that. We have a privilege that I sit in that budgetary allocation, and there is no even date that we have removed that money. The money has been passed. That voted with that breach.
What I mean, Chair,
and kindly maybe I need some clarification from you.
Clarification,
so that we can do away with this issue of Kiptoros.
For Kiptoros,
I want to pose a question to you so that you proceed. Are you overwhelmed, Waziri, with these issues?
I am not. What I am saying, Chair, is from the reduction from 7.5 during the budget making process to 7 million, maybe the honorable member quote me wrong. It is that reduction that maybe I used the wrong word, but that reduction during the budget making process is what I mean. No money has been lost. The contractor has not done any work, and that is why in this financial year, we will try our best so that we can sort out the issue of Kiptoros. Because the issue is when contractors fail to apply. That is where there is challenge.
And what is the reason of failure?
The reason is known better to the contractors who maybe, because maybe when I just mentioned about the contractors, somebody quoted me that I'm talking on behalf of the contractors.
Honorable Chair.
Have you not done some analysis so that you can be guided from the analysis and evaluation that why are not these things being?
Maybe it is maybe let me conclude so that director can interject. It is because of the current issues of wage bill at times, which maybe limits the resources that is available for the development. And I think it is a matter that is beyond me. And it is currently, in fact, what you are trying to sort with the health workers, it was the issue of wage bill that limited the resources that is available for timely payment of projects on time.
Chair, protect us. Chair.
Yes.
When CC is just alleging that due to maybe limited resources, what is it? Does it mean anything that we have been budgeting in this house has never been implemented? Why Kiptoros alone?
Honorable Chair, I wanted to ask almost the same question.
But
to our CEC, according to your view, according to your how you see it, leave alone the contractors, is 6 million enough to do something at Kiptoros?
6 million is enough to do the structural work, so that also we can maybe internally backfill it and do the approaches for both sides.
Honorable Chairman, there is something that I had raised earlier in our earlier session. Which year was this bridge budgeted witness? Was it in 22-23, in the interest of time? Was it not? 22-23, okay?
That's your fact, let me just confirm.
So now, Honorable Chair, you see, during that year, this department absorbed 112%. And it included Kiptoros inside there. So either that they diverted the funds or they could have done this bridge. Because how can you consume more than 100% and then fail to do all the projects?
On the issue of absorption percentage, Chair, it is an element of finance. Let the finance team to confirm on the figures of 112, because I don't want to mention or confirm for purposes of accuracy of information that I'm giving to this house.
Can the CEO respond to this issue of cryptoros? When did this issue came to your attention? CEO, Bwana CEO.
Okay, when I remember when I came in, these were some of the pending projects of 2022, 2023. We advertised together with the other one for Kapkurio in Kabiet. It was open tender. They were awarded. The one for Kabiet responded and did the work. This one for Giptoros, during evaluation, he won fairly the tender. But later on, he did not resume the site. Remember, we used to discuss with the Honorable Member for Kosrai and Chemundu. So after some time, he was saying there was a lot of water in that site. When I called him, he brought some, I saw some stones somewhere. He brought those ones. Later on, I don't know. Like somebody told him, this bridge is going to be very expensive. You will not manage. So we waited. I asked the procurement people what can be done after this. They told me, let us wait for 90 days to elapse so that we can retender. After that, during that time, he wrote a letter, a commitment letter to say, because of the adverse weather conditions, kindly allow us, give us another 30 days to do the work. The guy did not come again. If I went ahead to find out who this person was, I was told it's like he's using somebody who is in Kenya, but that person is not in Kenya. It's like he's in USA. So the last time that we were supposed now to do the retender, it was towards the end of that last financial year, and the systems were being closed. I remember the Honorable Member for Chemundu was even with the governor. Governor called me. I told him, we cannot do it now because the systems are closing. Let us do retender when this financial year starts. So those are some of the works that we were supposed to retender. Otherwise, that contractor is the one who let us down.
Okay, honorable members, I think the issue has been dealt with. Let us move to the last item of eye of machinery.
Honorable Chairman, there was a small question I asked, unless we will still get time, but by the time you are asking for us to adjourn, I was asking a question. But I don't know whether you'd allow me time now or later, but the question was on the two new graders. I was asking them about the mode of procurement.
I think, honorable member, let us handle that thing, or that issue,
Chair,
together with the eye of machinery, so that
Chair.
we can proceed.
Chair.
Yes, honorable.
I want to pose a last question. Yeah? We have a bridge in Terikwat called Amkowa Bridge. Amkowa. Are they aware?
Where? Of Amkawa.
Kindly tell us the scope of work, and have you paid, and the extent of the, is it complete as we speak?
Amkawa is not yet done, and it has not been paid.
Is it under Kera or it is a county road?
It is a county project. It is Amkawa box culvert.
How much did you budget it?
That's 4.2. Let me confirm for accuracy of facts.
Honorable Chair, do you mean that bridge has not been done?
AMCA has not been done.
And the man has not been paid, but it is operational.
No, the Amkawa bridge has not been done, Mheshimiwa. It has not. Or maybe it is in Terikwad.
Yes.
Amkawa is in Terikwad.
I know it is in
It is part of the projects that we were trying to push the contractors to assume site. As far as I'm concerned, a month ago, the contractor, in fact, last week we discussed with the area MCA for Terik. And we were trying to see on how we can now retender it so that we can now, because the area MCA asked me about the 15% if it will affect the other one, and I told him it will not. So it was an issue of retendering it so that we can have a contractor, another contractor going to the site.
Is it still an emergency? Does it fall under emergency or it is just a project?
It is not still under emergency because it is long overdue and it was during the heavy rains.
Siri, why is it that project supposed to be done by the county government and yet the road is under care?
The road is not under care. It is part of the roads that at times, when Kera...
Wasiri, that road is under care and I know. It is from Serem Market to Nyinyira. It is under care. And some culverts has been done by the area MP. So why is it this one for the county government?
First of all, let me confirm, the road is not Kera, and I will provide information after this to prove that it is not a Kera road. It was done by Kera, yes, and that is why the area MCA was insisting that the area MP has done her part, and it is giving me a lot of pressure on the other side. The road is a county road. It is part of the roads that we are pushing for reclassification.
Okay, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Sum.
Let me ask one question concerning the culverts in Kabisaga, which in a report that came to this house in April, it was indicated as complete and operational. And again, in the report that came to this house in September, it was indicated as complete and operational. Those culverts are called Eiserongeny Kabirir culverts. I come from that place, and I want to communicate to this house that those culverts don't exist. That project has not been done, but the report from the department indicates that it was done, complete and operational, and paid 978,000. Budget of 2022-2023.
Can you...
Let me confirm the same, Chair. It is that it was during the transition period from Honorable Rosafi. And the contractor, actually, that is why it was indicated as complete and operational, because the twin 900 millimeter culvert was placed at Kaplamai, which is adjacent. The contractor just missed the location, and that is why for this other side, we will have to fix.
Now, Waziri, what
yes.
do you mean by that the contractor missed the location?
It is not missed the location. It is the place is adjacent. It is not at a distant place.
Waziri, those are two different villages. The other one is a Serongeny Kabirir culverts. And what you are talking about is Kaplamai, which is far away from Isero.
And
so how could the contractor miss the site? Does it mean you don't have the officers on the ground?
But by then, the area MCA might have chosen to to place it at, because during the project implementation, we always involve the members. And that is why.
Waziri, I want you to clarify one thing. You are on record and you have mentioned that the contractor missed the location.
It is not missed the location, but
No,
they were.
that is what has been recorded, Waziri.
For me,
let us not dispute things that have been recorded. Or do we request the answer team to replay?
I'm not saying missed, I've said missed the location in the essence that he was guided.
By who?
By then, the area MCA.
No, Waziri,
when was that project done? Because I'm aware the budget for 2022-2023 was done when the new MCA said had come to this assembly in maybe starting from September. Do you mean that project was done in July?
This is a project that was done during the time that we were on leave, and I can provide facts of the information.
Did you inform the area MCA?
And that is why I'm telling you, Mheshimiwa, this was done during the transition period. The project, and we can confirm if there is a structure plays at Kaplamai.
Waziri, for clarity,
yes.
Which transition period? Because you are the CEC and you are now the CEC.
I'm saying,
which transition period?
I'm saying, because initially, and Mheshimiwa, always we work with each and every MCA. We work with each and every MCA during implementation of the projects. And that is why we always call you on once a contractor
which
is
transition are you actually, to be clear?
During the period between August and July.
Honorable Chairman.
And let me provide
I don't know whether,
the actual
I don't know whether
information.
it's still productive what we are doing.
Let me give the actual information by providing further information on the same. So that also we can ascertain that if really.
Honorable members, let us move to the last item.
Chair, one last one. I want the department to tell us about Mulango Deep Kiposwa Road, the status of the road, and the budgetary allocation and the implementation status, and where is it located.
Mulango Kiposwa Road is a project that is complete, but it has not been paid. And when I got some information circulating on social media that it is a CSR, I went ahead and for fact finding, because at times when you say a CSR, it doesn't give value to the county government. And that is why, Chair, I did a letter to the contractor or to the quarry that purported, because what I found out is that there was a friction between the MCA and the quarry, the quarry, and there was some kind of bitter exchange later or at some level when the materials were purchased from
Honorable Chair, so that maybe it doesn't take us in circles, could you just tell us if the county did it?
We did it, and this is...
What are the figures and everything?
Chair, avoidance of doubt for the same.
So what was the amount through the chair?
It was...
I think, Honorable...
Chair, now I want to find out was, because the CC has provided the document for that road, how did you know that that road is... because I can see most of these other ones we have been asking, and it does not provide. Why specifically this one, he has a document?
It came to my attention because it was on social media, and even some members called me. And the other time I was we did a public participation in Mulango, trying to solve the issue that was existing in a road that was between, that is let me give it. So we did a public participation with the MCA, and that is when the people now, we exchange contacts.
I don't know.
And initially, I got a lot of calls.
Okay, honorable members, let me
from-
rule that let us move to the second.
Honorable Chairman.
The last item, honorable members, so that we have the correspondence between the department and the quarry.
Honorable Chairman.
So I direct Waziri, you give us the documents for that road.
Honorable Chairman.
We have provided.
Honorable
Okay.
Chairman, I would like to put it on record because we went to visit that road. And I do not know whether the ICT have got a recording of for the caretaker. I don't know whether we have that recording, an audio, but I can confirm, Honorable Chairman, that unless otherwise, the person in charge confirmed to us unequivocally that the owners of the quarry maintain both sides of the road. There's one extending from one end to another, to Mlango. And that they are the ones who did it. So, but anyway, since the witness says otherwise, maybe we'll still do
I
some
think,
work.
honorable members, I've ruled on that issue because Waziri has given us some corresponding between the department and the owner of the quarries.
Yes, Chair, I wanted
so
to...
I've directed that let them give us the documents so that
Chair,
we can further...
Chair,
Yeah.
so that it can be on record, because it happened that the owner of that is also a good friend. So when somebody raised the same issue, I was lucky because I was with the owner at a certain function of that. When I tried to ask the owner say, I did the road, but I have requested those people to pay me materials, and that was one of the owners of that place.
Okay, thank you.
Because somebody said
let us raise that. For further information.
Further information, Chair. That road, I used it last week, and the culverts were being fixed. Three culverts.
Who?
Somebody was fixing the culverts last week.
Okay. That is a food for thought to the committee. Let us proceed to the next item, the issue of hire of machinery. Waziri, how many machines have you hired so far?
For a period of?
For the 2 years.
We did supply some of the information, and my chief can confirm that. And on hire, we have hire of machines, that is grader, excavator, and at times a dozer. And for these, we have frameworks. And I think my chief of staff supplied the framework contracts for the hire, which I think the team can ascertain. And for purposes of information for these, we have part of the documents that we have said for the specific locations, especially on the hire, we will be done with the documents. Here is part of the information, maybe that is the grader, excavator, dozer, and double caps, and the hire. And that we have provided framework for the said works.
So how many double caps do you have now for hire in your records?
We have one double cap and one Prado. The one that were being utilized, we had initially 2 double caps, one for the mechanical team. Yes.
What about the excavators and the graders?
excavators, chair, and the graders, because at times we because at times for the finance, initially the graders were many because of issues of compliance, but currently we have been engaging the one that covered Chesume, because Chesume initially lacked the grader, and the graders that worked in Chesume were 2. And another one that worked
to the period under consideration or current.
That is under the
period under consideration.
Yes. And then another one that was in part of Nandils, Tinderet, and Aldai. So those were the equipment that we engage. And on other instances, when, and then there is another one that covered.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to clear something. You said what was it hired in the Nandils, the grader?
There was a grader that even worked in, not Nandils specifically, but it was covering Nandils at times.
I'm talking about the constituency.
I'm
talking about the constituency because I'm very much aware. The only hired grader worked in Nandils ward for only 2 days. It was pulled.
It was?
Pulled out. That is the only time that the hired grader worked. You remember when we called you? And
yes.
It was pulled. In fact, the CEO is aware. And if you looked at the allocation for the constituency, and it only worked for 2 days, Mr. CEC.
It never worked for 2 days.
It is 2 days.
That is why I'm saying, I'm chair. On this, I've said that we'll provide all, including the locations, the roads that were done for this, under this. Because the time that we received the letter, in fact, I'm the one who actually came to assembly requesting for the letter that for us to actually give production of documents. The time was limited for us and it was only a day. So we will provide the information on hire of the machinery after this, because it is I, the chief officer, and Kemei who are working on production of the documents to this honorable house. So we could not manage to offload all the documents that were needed.
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable Professor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Pertaining to that matter of eye of grader, why is the figure the same almost in every word or 2 words? I have seen 2.5 million for Kilibwani, Kapsabet. We have Kemela Maraba is only a single word. It is not 2, which is 2.5 and 20,000. Several, we have some goes over Tinderet, we have like Karin, 2.5, all the same figures. Do you mean that all those hired graders, the roads which were used in these hired graders are the same? The kilometers are the same? Why are the figures the same? To me, especially Kemela Maraba, 2.5, it was only one road, not even with another ward. One road and the team which went to that place. So the road was 2.2 kilometers. It was only graded, no Maram, no what, and the money 2.5 has been paid. So the hired grader got a mechanical problem, and it stayed there for 6 months, and it was pulled out without that road being completed. So Wasiri, please, can you clarify on these figures?
Honorable Chair, so that Waziri could answer all. It's purportedly that there's a grader that was hired to be used by Kabiet Ward and Sangalo Keblonik Ward. The real sense, and after the consultation with Kabiet Ward MCA, there was no such hired grader in the 2 wards. and an amount of 2.5 was also allocated. Kindly tell us on that.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe to chip in, because Wasiri has been answering so much as a department. Maybe to begin with the question as to why the prices are the same. That's actually like we are saying the tendered amount, or rather the contract amount is the same as the budget amount. Chair, this, whenever there is hire of machinery, one is that as a department we use standard rates which have been given out by Ministry of Public Works from Nairobi. Like for example, Chair, when we are doing AV grading, we do 9 shillings per square meter. That is the wet rate. The reason as to why the prices are the same is because these prices are predetermined. They are predetermined, they are not determined on site. The suppliers are given LSOs, and the LSO, you see, you give somebody LSO, because some roads are narrow, some are wide, so the LSOs are of the same price. The difference between the framework agreements and the RFQs and the RFBs is that for the framework agreements, the price is predetermined. So whenever you are giving out, you are giving based exactly on the budget. So the two figures match. They are the same.
Bwana Director, there is no justification on that, because before you pay, do you pay for something that has not been done? Even if you give somebody an the RFQ, will you proceed and pay even if it is not done?
No, Chair.
So why are you telling us that? I think in construction you pay based on what is actual.
Chair, you are very right. You are very right.
Chair.
And I think that's what I said.
Chair.
That when an LSO is given out, LSO is given before works are done. Payments will be done after joint measurements.
Yeah, but point of order, Chair, and I would want to rise under standing order of 89 for this house, for this. I know it says that if you want to discuss the matter that you are familiar with. It happened that before I became an honorable member in this chamber, I was doing the same work, Chair. So I think what Director is trying to put across is that whenever you are given an LSO, it shows the number of hours that you are supposed to do. So it was upon the honorable member, it was upon the department to supervise and see that all those hours has been done brutally. You could be given an LSO of about 16 hours or maximum of 24. Because I remember 2020, 2021, we were given one to share amongst us, Kosirai, Chemundu, and Kiptuya. So it was about balancing within the hours, but the LSO was showing some hours. So it needs to come up very clearly on that whoever was given, did he exhaust the same hours so that you can be paid. It was standardized the way he has put, but now it was depending on the works that you are doing on the ground. Because I have seen in this document he has captured some hours and roads, though not all of them. But I can see he has just captured for the Jemundu, Kosirai, and part of Kaptel, because we had two creators.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Whip. For more justification, we have an excavator that was brought into my ward and I know the number of days that it worked. Now, can you justify what was in the records? It is indicated it was paid 1.25. But to me, I know the exact days. So can you justify that, Bwana Director?
Thank you, Chair.
Are you aware first of an excavator that was brought into my ward? Are you aware?
Chair, that one I cannot say with certainty, which excavator, because as you can see from some of
the
these
one for hire, to be specific, the one for hire was brought into my ward.
Yes, I'm aware that there is an excavator that was brought, and then later on.
For how many days did it work?
Chair, to be sincere, I will have to check on the days because it is not recent. It is something that, it has been there for some time. We always rely on records to give the exact number of days. I don't want to do guesswork. But, Chair, allow me to...
Would I be wrong to say that this issue of hire of machinery is a conspiracy to defraud public funds?
Honorable Chair, I want to make a proposal.
I think, Chair, that one is... I can't...
Because when I see your documents against the number of days, and even if you have to award the highest number of hours per day, against what is indicated in your documents.
Okay, Chair, what I was... well, let me just respond on something a bit. One is that the rate at which we pay excavators and dozers is different from graders. For the excavators and dozers, we use hours. And it is, the rate that we had last time was 11,000 shillings an hour. That's what rate. And just to clarify again, is that at least some of the honorable member of Chemundu can confirm that before we give an LSO, just a clarification, and it is upon the contractor to make sure that if he or she exceeds the specified period of time or the specified square meters allocated, that will be outside the payment rate. But after the works have been done, the contractor notifies the department. Our engineers go to the ground and do measurements of works. And the measurement is per square meter. That is for the grading works.
Honorable Chairman, I have a
proposal. What about in a scenario whereby you are awarding hours?
For hours, there is what we refer to as the machine hours. Machine hours are taken. That is before the work begins. If, for example, we have awarded somebody, let's say, 100 hours, then the inspector or the engineer will take the machine hours before the works begin.
What about if it is the odometer is faulty?
We always ascertain whether it is working or not. We have to ascertain.
Honorable Chair,
Honorable
I'm not still satisfied with the director. You have not answered my question about Kemala Maraba. The road was incomplete. Did you pay the contractor or the owner of the hire? Is it yes or no?
Definitely, Chair. Unless we search to know which company was that. But if the contractor has not completed the works, there will be no payment.
If payment have not been done, will you still come and complete that road in order to match with the 2.5 million?
When we issue the LSO, and the person does, for example, assuming that he was given something like 500 square meters, and he or she does like 250. Chair, this person, if for example there's a breakdown of machinery decides to pull out, then that person will be paid as per what has been achieved on site. And there's always inspection of the same before payments.
Honorable Chairman.
So I think so that we can proceed, you will give us more documents, Waziri, concerning the issue of hire of machinery. We need to see the actual payments that have been made against the allocation and the actual the the joint measurements.
Honorable
that were
Chair,
done at
my
the
question
field.
has not been answered.
Yes.
My question has not been answered about the area between Kabiet and Sangalod.
Honorable Chair, we will provide that information because at times, if the contractor has not completed the allocated hours, then he or she will not be paid.
Waziri, through the chair, in the first place, was Kabiet stroke Sangalo Keblonik even an hired grader?
I think
just attain that.
Let me just, for purposes of clarity, the hired grader that came only worked in Kurgung Surungai.
And not Sangalo and Kabiet.
And what I can ascertain, because when I was going round, there is the grader that I found on the road, and when I asked him the scope of work that he will be, she will be undertaking, then he told me that he's working on these sites. But
Waziri, my question is simple through the chair. Did we have an hired grader, Sangalo, Keblonik, and Kabiet?
Yeah.
That is it.
May Chair, let me just interject. I'm aware, and we will provide this house, that we worked on an hired grader in Kabiet Ward. And we will simply supply the signed inspection forms and the machine that worked there and the period that it worked and the roads that it worked on.
Also, secondly, just as director has mentioned, we will provide detailed information of all.
So okay, I think honorable members,
Chair,
yes.
Chair, one very important thing. Two. One, this is the department, the only department since we started this work. They keep on saying we shall provide, we shall, we will provide, we shall, we will provide. Surely, you give direction on that. Two, I would want these people to tell us on hire of DOSA. Hire of DOSA Nandi sub-county, 2.7. Hire of DOSA Tinte sub-county, 3.3 million. As far as I know, I'm from Nandi sub-county. We've never seen any higher DOSA within the Nandi sub-county, neither Tinte, which I'm pondering. Could you kindly furnish us with this information, the roads that this DOSA has worked on in this financial year? Kindly, please.
Yes, through the chair, and remember also to give us the roads that were done at Sangalo, Keblonik, and also Kabiet Ward.
I think so that we proceed, and honorable members, I want to direct that Waziri and your team, can you provide all the roads per ward for the hired machinery, all the roads per ward, so that it will be easy for all the honorable members to peruse through and confirm the information that will be from the department. So I want you to give us all the roads done per ward by the hired machinery.
Honorable Chair, so
that we proceed, honorable members, let us just agree that let them provide all the roads per ward done by the hired machines.
And the allocations.
And the allocations.
Something very important on county machineries, Pana Chair.
Let me give them
county machineries.
Okay.
Let the department tell us where the grader 29 CG 045 that was taken to Nairobi in 2018, where is it to date? Two, there was a Kia that disappeared for a lorry 070, CG 070. Let them tell us the status of those machines.
Maybe, Chair.
Honorable Chairman, I was thinking. We have asked them severally. So maybe in the same spirit, what they would provide immediately would be the contracts. Because you see, it was hired and they had to pay. So maybe they should just give us immediately the payment issues, the payment information, even before they come to the roads. And as a final thing, Honorable Chairman, I wanted to be clarified on record that maybe from the two officers, that the director administration is actually in charge of operations, that he goes to the field and actually does the issues regarding engineering work and so on, that he supervises work. Can that be confirmed from the chief officer and the CC right now? Can it be confirmed that that is his role or otherwise? And then later on, he provides the JD, the job description, to this committee.
Maybe, Chair, if I can interject before my CC speaks.
That one has
Chair.
been directed to the CEC and the CEO. And I want honorable members, was it?
Chair.
Yes.
I wanted to, I can see in our documents that they submitted, they have attached at the back, so I don't know whether they still have any other information, because I can see for the ward Kosirai, I can see for the ward Nandi Hills, Kapchorwa, Chibondu, Kabware. I don't know whether today still have, because it has some change. They have already provided, Chair, I don't know.
So maybe we can look at it. And I wanted to request you, Chair, while we are looking at that, because the CCM seemed to doubt the question of absorbing 112%, could the ICT project the report from the controller of budget for this particular page? Could you just zoom that so that we are able to see the explanation down there? Are you able to read, Honorable CC?
I will confirm.
Are you able to read that?
The writings are a little bit smaller.
You can see that an analysis by department showed that the Department of Roads and so on absorbed 112.2%. So you might also require to justify for us any works that were budgeted in that particular year that you push to the next year while you absorb that figure. How is it that you absorbed 112 first of all of your budget?
Waziri, can you explain? And that is the report from the Office of the Controller of Budget. It is not our report. It is the report from the Office of the Controller of Budget.
I will go through the report so that I can respond comprehensively, Chair, kindly. Because it's a part of the information that informs that it is with finance. And let me go and analyze the report and then.
Okay, thank you, honorable members. I want to close the session now.
Just for avoidance of doubt, this information, if the CC was honest, is taken from the county treasury after being submitted by the SEC to the controller of budget. Again, if you look at the report, it says the source of it is the Nandi County Treasury. And the only people who supply the information to the county treasury are none other than the people seated here. So for him to even say that he wants to go and study what he and his team presented is actually a joke. It's a mockery.
Okay.
But anyway, we will
thank you,
just allow it.
thank you, Honorable Member. I want the CEO to respond to the issue of the 070W. $0.70. Point to that.
Maybe as they respond, Honorable Chairman, could we also resolve that when we rise up from here, can we take a short while to go and see what was that thing that he said he's saving in the office?
The welding machine.
Can we just move from here
I
direct
think
as a
even we
committee?
don't have to move. I want to send the ICT department to go and pick pictures of the welding machine in the office. Sergeant Atam, please communicate that to the ICT department. Let them go and verify for us the welding machine that it is alleged it is in the store. Please.
Maybe through the chair, can
thank you, Chair.
Director, tell us if there's someone, because I do understand there were those who are affected.
Honorable members, I want to direct
there was
that
that question I asked, Honorable Chair.
the issue of the grader
and also
and the gear, the gear for 070, the gearbox. Yeah. Can the director respond to the issue of the gearbox and the grader?
Thank you, Chair. About 045. CG29, CG045A, that's the grader. That's a Komatsu grader, 323. This grader was assigned to Jesume sub-county. This grader had a mechanical problem of transmission. Transmission meaning that you could not engage gear number 1. You can only engage gear number 2, 3, and so forth. Now,
Honorable Chair, the question was, where is it?
Yeah, it is in a Komatsu garage in Nairobi. We took it there, Chair, and when we took it there, the reason as to why it is still lying there up to date is because Komatsu as a company does not vendor their spare parts. They can only be repaired in the factory. When we took it there, they gave us a very high quotation of around 16 million or so. Now, because we could not do that, we've been negotiating all along. It is still there. We've not been able to repair it because we cannot repair it any other place other than that place.
So let me ask you a question, Director. Is it justifiable in our budget? We allocated 40 million to acquire more graders, while we have a grader that is being held that costed 16 million. For the benefit of doubt, let us award 16 million. Which one was easier, according to you?
Thank you, Chair. The new graders, one of which, the brand new, that is Lovol, was costing 20,925,000 Kenya shillings. When we were to repair the other one, the Komatsu, because other than the transmission, it had other issues to be repaired. As a department, it was fair enough to have a new grader than to repair the other one, which will cost almost the same amount.
And what was the cost for acquiring the Komatsu grader that is being held up in the garage? What amount?
Komatsu grader is around 38 million Kenya shillings.
38 million was used to acquire the grader?
No, the grader was acquired sometimes back, and I think it was around 26 million, 27 million, somewhere there. I can't give the exact amount.
So what is your advice concerning the grader that is being held at Komatsu? What is your advice?
My advice is that when, as a department, when we get chair, when we get enough finances, we will still bring it back. The problem was that we were looking at Yesume sub-county as a suffered for so long.
Sorry, please. It's
yes,
not about,
Honorable.
it's giving us stories. From 2018 to date, has there been no money to repair such kind of a machine? How safe is government machineries in such a place? Surely, Director, Administrator. Are you serious with your work?
Honorable Chair, you see, I still have a problem. We are directing ourselves to someone who is not even answerable to this house. Yet we have people we have vetted, and then now we are beginning to ask someone who is not answerable to this house.
Okay,
could
honorable members, I think they had agreed, the CEO directed that this director answer the question.
Okay,
so I want that now that the director has finished, let us take the opinion of the CEO concerning the same.
And as he answers, Honorable Chair, can you tell us whether there are storage charges that are accruing, and whether or not probably even this machine has already been auctioned? When was the last time he was there to check?
Thank you, Chair. I think sometimes last year, was it last year, towards the end of last year, I made an effort of visiting that Komatsu company to check on the machine. When I reached there, I saw a skeleton of the machine. The amount that we were told by that time, I think I'd gone with Waziri, was 24 million. Is it? It was 24 million, the quotation that we were giving us to repair the same machine. Because I saw that there are no rims.
Chair, Chair, does it mean now the condition that the machine was when it was taken to Nairobi is totally different now? Now it's telling us it's a skeleton. To me, part of it, part of the spares has been removed or what? And who is responsible for that?
So when I checked about that one, and for me, when there was that budget of saying we buy a new grader, I was the first person.
Kindly tell us about the skeleton machine. Skeleton, why refer to a government machine skeleton? Is it that some of
the parts are not there?
It has been stolen.
I don't know how it went there, the condition as at the time it was going there. But what I saw myself when I reached there, the condition is so worse.
Do you have photographs to that effect?
I think I'll check the photos if I still have.
Chair, I would wish now the director who has been serving long in this department should provide us the photos when it was taken and the current, because it must be the custodian of these machines.
Honorable Chairman, I don't know whether at the same time the other vehicles, the county vehicles, do they also domicile in this department?
No, we have a asset. There is a team called for assets. We are in charge of all the assets of the county.
Are you aware that other county vehicles are lying in garages in various places? Are you aware?
Chair, maybe before even you answer that question, can you make us understand why is the department called transport and infrastructure? Yet we see a lot of vehicles, and even if we compare from other, all the machines and cars are supposed to be under the transport and infrastructure. Can the CEC tell us the condition of other vehicles?
Now, on top of that, Bwana CEO, what are the number? How many tippers do you use as a department?
24.
How many of them are
But,
stolen?
070, the one you talked about, is not working.
What is the problem of 070?
When I joined the department, the extent of the damage of that machine was too much. In fact, I chose not to repair that machine. I chose to repair the dozer.
So where is the gearbox for the same lorry?
Chair, let me say this with a lot of certainty. One, about the 070. Yes, it caught a mechanical problem, but no parts are missing. It can be assessed, it can be inspected. Nothing gets lost anywhere. These are government machines. On the issue of 045.
You know, Bwana Director, these questions are being posed to you because the information that the honorable members have is just to confirm. We are just confirming from you. And maybe even before you leave these chambers, the issue of the welding machine will be an issue to be solved here, because you allege that it is in the store.
Thank you, Chair. I'm very much in on record
don't
saying.
Be more certain, only to find that what you are giving to this information, to this committee, is wrong. If you don't know, please don't answer. Because the same information that you are giving will be used against you. So if you don't know about the gearbox, the welding machine, you just say, I don't know.
Chair, thank you. What I'm saying, I'm on record saying that as far as I know.
Could you direct the same ICT? Go and check that lorry.
Sergeant Atam, please.
That lorry has no gearbox. Let them take the pictures of that
the
lorry
team
now.
that has gone to the
070, lorry 070. Let us have the pictures, whether there is gearbox or no.
Chair, what I want to, through you, Chair.
Order, please. The Sergeant Atam, can you conduct the team that has just left to the Department of Roads to also ascertain to us the status of the lorry 070 and bring photographs to that effect? Yes.
Chair, as he calls. I
think that issue I've ruled.
I am
Let
also,
us just wait for the team to...
Just allow me, Chair.
No. Because I will not allow you. You've given the information. Let us use our own mechanism.
Chair, I've said it is not lost.
Let us use our own mechanism to ascertain what you have said.
What's happening? What's happening?
It's becoming rude to the committee, Chair. It should be thrown out. It should be thrown out, Chair.
Order, honorable members. Maybe the CEO to react on the status of the lorry 070.
As he answers, Honorable Chairman, I wish it be clarified about the officer. There was that question I've asked.
Chair, let him confirm where is the location of that lorry. Let him confirm before the Sergeant Atam leaves.
Where is the location of the lorry 070?
The lorry is in the office.
Okay.
Chair, and I've said I can say the things which are missing in that car. No, I said it is.
Bwana
the lorry is stolen,
order,
but they are not stolen.
order, Bwana Director. If you continue that way, Bwana CEO, you are the accounting officer. Can you confirm to this committee, do you first know that the department has a welding machine?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Where is the welding machine?
It is in the workshop that adjacent to the petrol station, the fuel station.
So you
because
are,
that's what we have been using to weld our machines.
You are contradicting with your CC. The CC said that it doesn't know that the department has a welding machine.
Since I came to that department, I've been seeing welding being done by our welder. We've been doing most of our welding works in in the department.
What about the status of the lorry 070?
070, the extent of the damage of that lorry required so much money.
Order, Honorable Member. Do we have a mechanical report to that effect?
Yes, sir.
When was it? When was it?
It was
prepared?
part of the handing over, whatever that I was given.
To know about the mechanical problem, why was a gearbox taken out of that lorry and it was functioning? And that is the reason as why we've sent somebody to take photos. Let that case rest, let the Dini come with the evidence.
Meanwhile, through the chair, there are some samples at the ICT over some vehicles. Can the ICT do project that among the many?
And again, Chair, I'm a bit worried. I've heard of the creator which is in Nairobi, Komatsu, under whose custody. We have heard from the senior witnesses that is this in a skeleton state. Don't we think that public or taxpayers' money has been wasted? We as Jesume, we have been suffering for almost 2 financial years without even machine. And the way we had the CEC, the CEO, the directors, saying that the grader is in a state of skeleton. Why is the parts? Who took? Under whose custody? Who is liable? Thank you.
Bwana CEO, can you confirm the exact location of the company?
Yeah, I remember it's Nairobi, Komatsu, along Nairobi Road, in Mombasa Road. Yeah.
It is in the yard of Komatsu. So it is under Komatsu custody?
Yes.
Okay.
Additionally on the same, and I think the main, let me add on the same. The model that specific grader had a problem that is a manufacturer's problem. And that is why when it was resorted that, let that be fixed because it was a manufacturer's problem. And really, the company did accept that there was an issue with a specific model. And that is why the machine is in Nairobi.
Honorable Chair, I think the witness is contradicting himself, and let's not go into this roundabout show, because if indeed it was under warranty and the manufacturer was to repair, and now they are telling us it was supposed to be repaired using 16 million, 24 million, and now it was a defect by the manufacturer. Honorable Chair, I think we should be treated with a little bit of decency. But now, having said that, Honorable Chair, maybe at this point, I would like to ask about the 2 machines that were bought. I'm interested in the procurement process. How was it done? And was the company supplying it a local one? Is there a local agent, a local company, similar to Komatsu? And if so, can we have evidence, including a government advisory? Because, Honorable Chair, every time, whenever a government entity buys an equipment, it has to come from public works approved entity. Can the CEC explain to us, or the CEO?
Chair, I don't know whether this information also is very necessary so that the CEC and the CEO can answer. what of backhoe parts 29 CG 21A? Can you say something that backhoe, about that backhoe, whether the whole parts are intact or it may have been vandalized? ZG 29 CG 21 208A 21 ZG 21 218A. Is it intact or it has a problem, or are you aware that some parts are missing? Now, can you tell us about that backhoe?
Yes, Director.
Yes, thank you, Chair. And I think, Chair, I'm also requesting that whatever I say, whatever I do is always under assignment by my chief officer. So I'm not rude, Chair, in any way, and I'm sorry if I have become rude in any way. I've never been rude to anybody. Chair, about let me still go back to 045A, the grader. Whenever a government machine is taken,
I think the Director, the issue of the grader and the 070, I think that one we have rested.
Okay.
We are just waiting for the ICT department to come up with the right information. You have alleged that the welding machine is at the store, and we also have the gearbox at the store. So the ICT team have left to bring us the information. So I think that one we don't need to deliberate further. Later, can you address to the issue of what has been raised by Honorable Keter and Honorable Minor?
Concerning the issue of the backhoe, the backhoe had a mechanical issue. The diff had a problem. The mechanical team from the department, it is actually located in the department, it's in the department. And the team was working on the diff. So some of the parts have been removed down. But as I said, Chair, those parts, they have never been vandalized, but they have been removed for repair.
Now, I would like the CEO to respond to the issue that has been raised. Maybe Honorable Mosby.
Yes, Honorable Chair, because we are talking about the machinery, Honorable Chair, you remember I brought a motion on fleet management, and there were very, very clear instructions. I've seen the ICT is trying to display about the vehicles lying in various places. Some of them were used for hardly. So I don't know if Waziri, because of policy, is aware or has now developed, has complied. Because as a house, we make laws, or rather we create laws which help manage, which help this team to function. Is there anything towards that end as a result of the motion that this House passed this year?
We are at the final stage in a comprehensive, we did a review, because what we noticed initially is the aspect of transport is actually domiciled in administration, while the name itself, transport, is in the roads department. What we are only managing, and for purposes of clarity, what we are only managing is the fleet that is under the Department of Transport, Public Works and Infrastructure. Because we are actually in the process of maybe in future having our own workshop. What we have done as a department is a comprehensive policy, transport policy, that will now give us mandate for purposes of other vehicles, so that we can, the name itself is the only domicile in roads, so that we can own the whole thing. And part of the things that we have proposed in the transport policy, Chair, is the procedures, those procedures that were passed, so that we can have a whole document that is passed, because the policy that is existing gives the mandate to the Department of Administration. But after the policy, the finalization of the policy, it will now give us full mandate on other issues of maintenance of these vehicles, and also proper guidelines on what the motions that this Honorable House passed.
My question.
Okay. The CEO to answer on the question of the recently acquired motor graders.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. Now that during that period, I appointed the Director Kamei to do the issues of acquisition of that grader because he has more information. Let me.
Honorable Chairman.
Chair, allow me because of...
Okay, let me answer, Honorable Chair. Let me answer. What we did in that acquisition of those graders.
But so that it doesn't go slide, Honorable Chairman.
Yes.
If indeed, as he answers, because
Yes.
we will ask him to answer.
Yes.
And he has mentioned about appointing.
Yes.
Maybe he should give us the evidence that he did. But continue to answer. We'll provide the evidence.
Let me answer the little I know, and then I'll ask him to give more information. When we were acquiring, we used government to government contract. You know, we have framework agreements for the government that are already there. Those are the frameworks that we used to acquire those machines. And maybe my director can shed more light on that.
No, Honorable Chair, I think as the accounting officer, the CEO should give us more details. This county used how much?
Around 41 point something million.
41 million.
For the two graders.
And you want to take it casually?
It's not casual, Honorable Member.
So please just give us the details. This government to government, do you have the framework here? Just take us through that.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Let me promise to submit to you all the documents regarding the purchase of the two machines.
And on top of it, Chair, allow me also to add on what the CEO has said. Normally, the framework contract for national government is developed by the MTF, that is Mechanical Transport Unit, at the national government, and it is signed by the PS, Permanent Secretary, or that is the PS for Transport and Infrastructure. Where now...
Honorable Chair, I don't think that is useful information for us. Maybe, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair.
Chair, kindly protect me so that I can give a clear information for purposes of clarity
Honorable
of
Member,
that,
please
of
allow
that part.
the CC to...
So when these contracts are signed, it is signed for all the companies. You find there is a framework contract between, that is the ministry and Toyota Kenya. We have with FAO, and name all these companies, even Komatsu. And normally the framework contract is done for a period of 2 years. And once the framework contract has been done, has been developed at national level, it gives now a clear mandate of proper acquisition of equipment for across all the ministries and even including counties. We are not the only county that has procured equipment through the framework contract.
Honorable Chair, since I asked the question, I'm satisfied. I only want to ask that...
Okay, honorable members, before we proceed, let us now revisit the issue of...
Chair, I just want to ask you a question, kindly. Out of curiosity, you said that the machine is lying since 2018, right? I thought there is a fee that you pay like monthly or weekly storage charges? How much we need the documents that shows, or it is for free?
I think on follow-up of the same machine, which on my part, if the machine can be allocated resources, we will have value for the money for that machine. And the company, because we are constantly in communication with Komatsu, they even sent officers to visit us, normally on inspection for their machines' performance for purposes of their data, especially that is customer service week. At times they visit us. And what they have informed us is that once we initiate the payment, we can do it in phases. They have not mentioned anything about the storage charges. Yes.
But
Okay, honorable members, allow us first to play the photographs from the department on the two items.
But before, I know we will not go back. Waziri has just raised a concern that in case if Komatsu will be paid twice, does it mean the said skeleton machine has been already fixed? How do you pay something that which has not been fixed?
Chair, normally a quotation when it is done by, especially these established companies, the quotation will only last for a period of 30 days because of issues of fluctuation of dollar. And that is why...
Chair, conflicting information. The CEO has just to confirm that that machine is worse than at the time it was taken to Nairobi. He is calling it skeleton. And he has said it requires more than 24 million. They say, and then the office of the CEC is giving us a false information against the CEO and then against the director. Chair, I would wish let that case rest. This is just about stories.
Okay, I think let me rule this way. Waziri, let me rule this way, Waziri.
So that
I think on that case about the grade at Komatsu, maybe that issue let it rest, so that it can rest. No. I've just ruled, so you don't have to come back. Can you play the photographs for the 070W gearbox and the welding machine? Can you go back to the items that at the store? Machine, Bwana Director, the green one.
That is the welding machine.
Where is the gearbox for the 070W?
Chair, they have confirmed that lorry has no gearbox, as alleged by the director. The gearbox disappeared.
Okay, thank you. Honorable members, maybe now we have the information. So we are not revisiting that item anymore. So
Honorable Chair, there was something that which I had not finished. It was a very small thing. I wanted the CEC or the CEO to confirm to us whether the two motor graders were locally sourced or imported. Just that.
On the issue of
local or imported, like that.
That is why, Chair, allow me so that I can also respond.
Waziri, some questions are direct. The honorable member have just asked you.
Let me respond this way. As a country.
No, order, Waziri. The honorable member is very categorical in his question. He said, is it local or imported?
Give me an example of machine that has been manufactured in the country. All the machines are normally imported.
Chair, he should just give an answer. Say local or imported, period.
All machines in the country are imported much. We don't have any machine, any factory within the country.
Okay, maybe Waziri, let me draw back the question to the originator so that maybe he can fix it.
Anyway, you see, Honorable Chairman, I think the CEC, of course, is just taking us for fools. He knows very clearly what I mean. I have just asked, as a county, where did we source this from? Did we import or did we source it locally?
We'll source it from a local company because I went to Mombasa and confirmed
that's it.
In FAO Mombasa. But all the machines, even any vehicles is imported.
Maybe let me ask a question to the CEO about the same. What do you know about the two graders?
Yeah, as he has said, it was applied through a local company. Yes.
Company?
It's called Trans-Africa Motors.
Ones who sell FAO?
Yeah.
Okay, so they sell these ones, okay.
Okay, maybe members, let us leave the issue of the two graders. We shall do some more fact-finding. I want us to close the issue of the machinery. In less than 10 minutes, there is this issue of purchase of Maram, which has actually been an issue. What do you know, Bonasio? What was the total allocation for purchase of Maram? Have the suppliers been paid to date?
Let me confirm the budget. But as for payments, most of the suppliers have not been paid.
Reason being?
You know, we prepare for payments, Honorable Chair, but finally, we are not the ones to pay. We will just prepare everything. After it's over my level, I don't have any other control after that.
Honorable Chairman, is the CEO in order to mislead this house, saying that you normally don't participate in payments?
Honorable Member for Lesotho, I have not denied that I don't have a role. It is a conveyor. The conveyor comes up to my level. It reaches my level, it still has some steps ahead. After my level, I do not have control after my level. That is what I'm trying
Maybe you can take us through this conveyor, Honorable Chair.
No, maybe Honorable Member, let just the CEO confirm to this house who is to blame for non-payment of these suppliers. Because you've said after your level, you have no control. So
Honorable Chair,
yes.
I cannot directly blame anybody because I don't know the issue of availability of funds. I can blame somebody, and maybe there were no funds. So I cannot...
So from after you,
yes,
the next destination for payment
is finance full. Yeah.
Thank you. So the issue of gravel, Waziri, how much was allocated for purchase of Maram? Both.
22-23 was 8 million. 23-24 was 20.
So, how much have been spent for 23-24?
The partial payments have been made for the Maram, and we have, so that also we can, partial payment were made for supply of Maram under the documents that we provided. And on the specific LSOs that the specific suppliers were given, none has exhausted, to mean that we still have some quantities that will need to be supplied. And the reason for this is because of financial constraint by the suppliers.
Maybe, honorable members, I will invite you to interrogate the matter on Maram, please.
Honorable Chair, my interest is to ask the CEO who is supposed to be supplying Maram for the roads in Mosop, and whether in the financial year 2022-2023 and financial year 2023-2024 he has been paid. Because we have complaints of farmers who gave out their farms so that the county can excavate Maram. But those farmers have not been paid. But I am privy to the information that the person who won the tender or the contract to supply, who is supposed to be paying the farmers, have been paid. So I want the CEO to tell us who is this contractor who doesn't pay the farmers who lease out their farms for excavation of Maram.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. As you even speak, even it's not 5 minutes ago, a supplier of Kaviet, Kiplimo, was calling me. The issue of Maram has been a problem. It's a big challenge because of non-payments. At times you pay the supplier, and he might not go and pay the farmer.
Who is this supplier? Why don't you take...
we have several suppliers.
I'm asking specifically for Mosop.
And
who is this supplier? Why don't you take a criminal action against him?
For Mosop, for example, there is a time we partially paid. I believe you remember even the time we made.
Through the chair, the question is very much clear. Yes. Who is this supplier?
The supplier is called Kimson for Mosop.
Is that a company or?
It's a company.
Whose company?
I don't. Do you have the contract agreement? Could you avail this committee with the contract agreement?
I can supply all the contract agreements for all the Marams. I can supply.
Honorable
Chair.
Honorable Vice Chair. Concerning the Maram, 2022-2023, 8 million county-wide. 2023-2024, 20 million county-wide. So, are all the words factored in Maram? If so, do we have a company in Aldai, supplying Maram for wards in Aldai. Thank you.
Yeah, we have.
Through the Vice Chair, before the CEO continues to on the other side, kindly clear with the MOSOP. Do these Kimsan have a word letter?
Yes.
Honorable Vice Chair, are you talking about the period in question or right now? Or it is continuous?
No, that is the framework. It's a framework agreement that we came and found. I think it's a framework, just like for...
So a framework is everlasting? A framework continues and continues?
It's lapsing around, it's lapsing around July. It has lapsed.
And so
Yes,
particularly, so
lapsed.
if this person has not been able to behave well, you continue in a framework. Does this framework have conditions?
Especially this one's for Maram.
Does it have conditions?
We will not allow them.
I'm asking you, honorable witness, does the framework have conditions?
Conditions like maybe.
I've asked you, does it have conditions, or it's just they do what they want?
Oh no, it's not what they want.
So does it have conditions?
Yes.
What are the conditions? Can you list for us some of the conditions for a framework contract to do with Maram? Tell us. Witness, we are asking you. And you are the one in charge of the, unless we are not very clear who is in charge.
Okay, to add on it, CEO. So you have only mentioned one for MOSOP. Actually, in the entire county, how many companies are supplying Maram?
Yeah.
And is it that the Maram was distributed equally to all the wards?
The CEO was still responding to my question before our honorable member injected me. So let him keep on to answer, then he'll come to your question pertaining to the whole words. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable member from Gemalai. Through the chair, I was still answering. Like, for example, this supplier for Haldai, he's supposed to pay all the Marams supplied to all the wards in Haldai for any works that are done. Like, for example, if it is done in your ward, he's supposed to pay everything. And then after that, he will now be paid by the county.
So it means that there is no Maram which has been supplied in Aldai. Or maybe it has been supplied to other wards. I don't know.
Maybe if they have not been supplied in your ward, it has been supplied in some wards.
So I'm the only one remaining.
Chair.
No Maram in my ward.
Your turn will come, honorable member. It will come. Don't
Maybe
worry.
Chair, what are the rates per tipper?
Is 1,500. And we have found it a challenge, especially for Chesumei and Mgwen. I think Honorable Chair is even aware. To acquire Maram especially Mgwen, it is so expensive, around 2,500. Also in Chesumei.
Is it per ton or
per tipper? When you also go to Chesumei, you will not get Maram less than 2,000. In fact, the challenge that we've been getting is because the Gera guys, their price is high. That's why when it comes to us, it's been very hard for us to get Marams in Mgwen and Chesumei.
Was it then or now? In 2022, 2023?
Now.
But we are not talking about now.
You know, as part of the framework is still going on. You know, by the time they were signing that agreement, the price was that 1,500. They have not adjusted up to now.
Chair,
They say in a framework, it's constant. I thought somebody explained that in a framework, it's constant.
Chair.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
Bitok.
Yeah, let me say something.
because this is now, I'm worried and very shocked that this is a police case, that a department can collude with government that we are saying the suppliers of Maram and con the Raya. You know, this thing, some farms are being spoiled. People expecting that the county government will pay Maram. Especially I have a neighbor that all his land, over 1 acre, has been spoiled beyond repair. And I one time even called the CEO and asked the issue about it. So we didn't know who is the contractor in trade. Is it the MCA? Is it true? So this thing is very serious, that innocent. We have people in the village who are very innocent when they see something, because when they see when the county government asks for Maram, when a road is prepared, they think life has changed. But at such a moment, we are getting that the money has been given, that some have been paid, some have not been paid, with innocent people that they are beyond the poverty level are being mistreated. And now you have the people allowing. So this, if we can say this is false pretense, that we think this is the county government doing the work and they are giving people contract without well recognized, this is wrong. People are affected.
Chair. Okay, maybe on the issue of supply of Marams, honorable members, I will direct that, can you supply us all the documents?
Chairman, before you rule that one.
I will give you all the documents pertaining the suppliers, the supplies made per ward, the total amount of money paid, and if possible, breakdown per ward for scrutiny by the honorable members.
Yes, Chair.
Honorable
Chair, my question is, I am a victim of circumstances. I have never received any Maram, even a ton, even a pinch of Maram in my ward. Where is my money? Where is the money for taxpayers' money for my ward went? And that question goes to CEC. And in fact, CEC, you have never stepped in my ward for the last 2 financial years. I will count I will just count the times you have come. Where did the taxpayers' money for Kaptel Kamuyo Ward Maram went? Even a spade of a Maram.
Mheshimiwa Kerbesen, one on the issue of visiting.
And I want to ask you have allegedly said that in Chesumei, the rate of Maram is so expensive. That is a total lie. I have a village, I have my neighbors who have a Maram. Even the Hembi Chesumei have been getting Maram in my village with a reasonable amount. How did you rate that? You are lying to the great people of Nandi, honorable.
Maybe honorable member for Goek.
The chair.
Chair, so that you, before you raise, before chair, so that you before you raise.
Order, honorable members, please. I think we are all breaking the rules. Please, we are all breaking the rules of engagement. So I wish that let us have the CEO respond to the issue.
Before that, honorable chair is saying is the honorable member for Orgaik. What does that mean?
Sorry, honorable member for Chepterwai. I'm used to. There is a way we normally. Sorry, it's a honorable member for Teldet. Then Kaptel Kamoyu.
You should apologize and withdraw.
I will apologize and withdraw. Such an issue has not affected the honorable member for Kaptel Kamoywa, but has affected Honorable Sarah from Kosrai, Honorable for Chemundu Kamgetwin. Those are the members that have been affected by the cost of Maram.
Maybe, Chair, so that before I can see you are about to rule this issue of Maram. What made you not to deal with the farmer direct?
Honorable member for Chemundu Kamgetwin, in fact, that is the direction we are taking now. For most of the honorable members that we've met, I remember we advised every honorable member, if possible, when the applications for the next frameworks are coming, let us encourage our farmers to apply for these frameworks. We only require a business name. We don't require the complete company. When somebody has a business name, he can apply and he can be able to supply for us so that we can be dealing with the farmer directly.
Honorable Chair, may I ask, there is a constituent who has sent me a question. And he asked, and I would like to ask, do you also engage individuals?
Thank you, Honorable Member of the Resource.
You can refer to the chair, you don't have to refer to me.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. For the issue of individual, Maram, it's like before,
like from an individual.
Before the frameworks came.
A question, do you do it from individuals?
Not now.
But at some point?
It was there previously.
How do you pay them? Like we have an individual called Julius Boit. Is that person known to you?
No, Julius Boit. From
how much is outstanding from him, and how do you pay him? Since he does not use a company, he's just a person.
Thank you, Chair. We have a list of suppliers. I think for 2021, 2020, 2022, before the frameworks. Those people, it's like county used to get to source Maram directly from farmers. They used to do some agreements and they supply Maram to the counties. But those people were not paid. Up to now, the man you are talking about came to the office. We have a list of individual suppliers who supplied Maram by then, but they have not been paid. In fact, we processed, it was last year. We wanted to exhaust that bill last year, but it did not go through. It went up to IB, it did not go through. We were not able to pay. Otherwise, we have that list of those people who supplied Maram by that time and have not been paid.
Honorable Chairman, could he clarify, what does he mean when he says that it went up to IB? What was it? You know, as a layman, I'm thinking about, say, a car. You know, it's going.
Sorry, we were to pay, but like there was no resources towards the end of last financial year.
Okay, honorable members,
Chairman, last
allow me
question,
to-
very important one.
But Chairman, before we leave here, who are you going to pay? Were you paying the farmers direct, or you are paying an officer of the county?
No, we have
take them to the farmers.
We have a list of farmers who have not been paid to date, and Boit is among them. So we had prepared the entire list.
So who was going to be paid?
The farmer. It's the money.
Is it through IFMIS?
No. It is the money is acquired to a certain bank, and then it is distributed to various accounts.
Can you share with this? Can you share with this committee that request, the one that went up to IB and not?
For the farmers those who still owe the county, we have the list. We can give you. We have the list.
Okay, one final question, Honorable Chairman. We sometimes passed a motion on Maram testing. May I ask the department, have you complied?
Thank you, Chair. Let me respond on the final issues and make further clarification that initially, just like what my CEO has mentioned, when our farmers were being paid through the interest, the auditors actually advised that these paying to an individual farmer is not a procedure that we need to improve. It was one of the recommendations during the audit. And that is why the next financial year, we went for the framework. But currently we are finding issues with the framework because of, one, ordinarily as it is supposed that the supplier purchases Maram from the supplier, from the farmer. And this actually, we were trying to sort out the issue of delayed payment for the farmers. Say that the supplier, once the supplier actually gets the Maram from the farmer, on that particular day, if it is 21 trips, they will count the number of trips before we move equipment from the site. That supplier will be able to pay the farmer so that he can make some follow-up on payment on this other side. But what we have found out is that there's still some challenges, and that is why with the new process of actually doing the framework, and I have elaborated this to my committee, that let us encourage individual farmers so that as we are going to the ward-based programs, it is important that we encourage our farmers to register that is the business name, ensure that they carry sample test for purposes of ascertaining that the maram that he or she has in his land meets the quality that is required, so that going forward, we will be dealing directly with the individual farmers. So one on the issue, Mheshimiwa, that you mentioned about on the issue of soil test. It is a requirement that also we part of the when the supplier does supply the maram, he or she ought to carry a sample test for that particular land where we will be getting those maram for purposes of quality.
Has it been done, Waziri?
It has been done.
Do you have the certificates?
It forms part of the basis of what we have been doing.
Can you supply the file for those certificates?
We will. And that is why also part of the, we are in constant collaboration with the material testing lab, because there are some features that...
No, Waziri, let us not engage in explanation. I've ruled that, can you supply...
we will.
The test certificate to this honorable committee. Latest by Friday at 10. So, I wish to bring the session to an end.
Before you do that.
Yes.
Fuel, Honorable
Chair. Allow me to ask our CC. Who is Ibra? Do you know someone by the name Ibra Masika in your department?
Let the chief officer, because he's the one who is accountable to the staff, let him.
Yes, Ibra Masika is a mechanic. He's been volunteering. He's a very good guy. He's been volunteering for a very long time. We struggled the other time when there was verification of documents to request the service board to secure for us that gentleman, but we did not go through. Otherwise, he's been assisting us in the mechanical department. He's been doing voluntary.
So what is his specific work at your
He's a
department?
mechanic. He's a mechanic.
Okay, thank you.
How was the struggle? How did it go like when you were struggling? Can you take us through how the struggle was?
I did not succeed. I tried my best.
What was the struggle? I want to understand. You were struggling.
I wanted him to be part of my...
So what did you do to struggle?
I requested the service board to employ for us, but for advertisement so that they can be employed, it did not go through. As a good gentleman, he's been assisting us.
Now, Bonasio, now that this guy has been volunteering, and I know that he has children, how have you been supporting?
We've just been supporting anything that you give. You just been giving him from your own pocket what you feel. Because I wanted to stop him. He said he wants to still have some experience. He wanted to still work for us. Then I could not stop him.
Honorable Chair, maybe before you rule that we adjourn, I wanted to ask the two officers or the three of them, are they aware that that members have been servicing and incurring costs on county machinery? And if you are, would it be okay? Would it be right for me to assume that you encourage it?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. You are not the only one who's been doing it. Even myself, I've been doing the same up to now. We have a challenge of payments of maintenance. And
so what have you been doing? Through the chair.
If the
So
suppliers
Honorable CEO, Bonasio, you confirm that honorable members have been using their own money
I confirm.
to service.
I was
county
only an
machinery.
honorable member. I used to use my money also, honorable member. There are normally challenges, and maybe you would wish your work to continue. But procurement process takes a long time, and maybe you see, when you realize something small of 5,000, you just find yourself removing the 5,000 and doing the same job, because you want your work to be done. Because if you have to wait for...
Now, what will happen to the maintenance budget?
In fact, even for this financially, we've not started anything on maintenance, Honorable Chair. Because when you want to secure somebody to come and work for you, that person owes you. They have not been paid. There was a challenge of payment of suppliers for maintenance.
Chairman, a quick one,
So,
Chairman. A quick
honorable
one.
members, please
As I sum
allow me to bring the session to an end.
But
These are very
have we mentioned
important.
anything to do with emoluments?
Fuel.
Honorable members, there is one item that is remaining on personal emoluments, and that is why I want to bring the session to an end. But before I will rule,
Okay.
we shall have the team back.
Thank you.
And the day will be communicated after they've supplied us all the documents that we've requested. So, Waziri and your team, because most of the issues have not been addressed to, due to the lack of documents that we had requested and were not supplied, I will rule that you still have a day with us. And that day will be communicated before Friday. Will be communicated before Friday, the exact date that you will appear, because we have some items that we've not covered. And we still have a team that we need to further interrogate. So I direct that by Friday you'll be communicated when you will have a day with us. And make sure that you supply all the documents so that when you will be coming back, we shall not spend my time the way we've spent today. So that is the direction. All the documents, please make sure by 10 o'clock on Friday are submitted to this honorable house.
Including fuel requisition documents.
I think, yeah. That one, it was captured in the requisition in the summons. And Bonasio, did you supply the invoices and the requisition for fuel? If you didn't, please make sure that by Friday you also supply the same. Maybe on our when we shall invite you, we shall liaise with the secretariat and see what else you will produce. So otherwise, honorable members, I wish to bring this session to an end, and I request the Sergeant at Arms, maybe because we've not finished with you, there is no need to give the closing remarks. You will come and give your closing remarks when we shall be done. So I will request the Sergeant at Arms to usher the team out.